Alright, here we go in game number 2. Starting over here at the top right side of the map in the red, representing cScD. He's dipped down in this series 0-1, but he's got a great chance to come back. It is cScDimaga. I like that cScD logo, by the way. That's such a fun little logo. I like that. Cool little blue tiger, man. Alright, he's playing against the series leader right now in the blue, representing Fnatic. It is Harstem. Right now for Fnatic, actually, big time of the year because they are actually, I think, celebrating their 10-year anniversary as a team. So that's really big for their organization to actually be up that long. No offense, but eSports organizations and careers tend to have a pretty short timeline, and when you have a team that lasts this long, that's really, really big to note. So congratulations to them. And just today, if Harstem manages to qualify, man, it would be that much bigger. Now, when you move out of the round of 32 and you move out of the couple initial round of 16 matches, the rest of the round of 16 matches will include Korean players as well. And remember, the EU Qualifier does allow for residents of EU, so a lot of these Korean players that are residing right now in Europe, guys like MMA, guys like Patience, Hyun, they have the opportunity in front of them right now to qualify as well through the European qualifiers. So almost a little bit of a leeway, if you want to call it, kind of like WCS. If you're in that residing area qualifying for it, go for it, man. Harstem going to be checking out what's going on. His Forge finishes up. Is he going to cannon rush his opponent? There is a potential for it. He's got the probe hiding back there. Or is he going to go down for the Nexus first? He's got two options. He's got the probe in position. He's going to drop the pylon. Is this a fake? No, this is not a fake. 2 pylon drop. That is... If that is a fake, that's one hell of a fake. And he's actually sending a second probe already across the map. So this is going to be very interesting to see how cScDimaga decides to defend against this. Pool is about halfway done. And this is what happens. This is what happens. You go for hatch first. You will get punished. Pylon number 1 finishes up. Cannon is underway. Oh man, if cScDimaga goes out of this tournament just due to a cannon rush, man, I'm going to be very, very sad. Meanwhile, drone heading over to third base. We do, of course, have that second probe going to be going in circles over here. Now, this is actually pretty good placement by Harstem because usually the reaction is at that point is to go for the gold hatch, but cScDimaga double faking him out. Not even dropping that third hatch just yet. He's actually going to be going for the fourth hatch location as his natural. So, meanwhile, over here we do have to cancel the hatchery. That's probably the best decision in that regard. You don't want to let it finish. That'd be a little bit tough to hold. And of course, Harstem just could continue cannoning up. Now, Harstem didn't overcommit to this cannon rush. Remember, he did a Forge Fast Expand. He drops the Nexus down already. He's already got the gateway finishing up, and he has a cannon at home. So he's in pretty good shape. He's in pretty good shape to transition. The thing is, for cScDimaga, he's getting very delayed off of very minimal I would say construction and forces, and there we go. Finally, that first initial probe was found. So the good thing, at least for cScDimaga right now, he knows that he doesn't have to worry about any forward cannons in his third base, and of course double checking his fourth hatch area as well. So the natural will delay for the time being, but it is 1 cannon, so eventually with the help of Queen's Links could probably clear it out. I don't know how long he exactly wants to wait. The scenario in this regards, when you're grabbing your bases this far away, you're getting very close to your opponents, which can be sort of advantageous if you're planning to be the aggressor, but the problem is if the Protoss player is very efficient, he has a couple of hatcheries that he could run out to and poke at, kill them off, and then get out of there. And that's the thing, because you take a look at it right now, between the main to the third, the main to the other third, that's a very long distance to cover as a Zerg player, so it's not exactly like Deadwing, it's not exactly like Nimbus, it's not, you know... I would say probably Deadwing is the best example. It's not one of those shorter maps where it's very, very easy to reconnect your bases. It's just not. It's just not. So... Alright, Link takes the watchtower. cScDimaga's got pretty good map coverage, though, you gotta admit. He's taking care of everything that he possibly can. Covering the right side of the map, he's got the left side of the map, so, and of course he's got the Overlord in position, so he is spotting if anything does pop out and happen. Harstem, of course, is going to be following up with the Stargate. And we'll see if he goes Phoenixes or Oracles. He could be going Oracles, and that is the one slight advantage of having Oracles in the map on a playstyle like this, because when you get so far extended, you really just want to drone up and tech up very heavily. And at times, due to that, you do forget about, you know, getting the spore crawlers, getting the static defense to help you out against those. So we'll see how much damage Harstem can get done. I mean, this is already big enough with the opener, how much he's delayed him. If he can kill off some more workers along the way, I would be very, very worried for Dimaga as the game goes on. Third Nexus out for Harstem right now. Gateway research just about halfway done, adding on sentries, and for now the good thing for Harstem is he does have some time to develop and build up the defenses and the wall up for this third base Dimaga. I still don't see at the moment any potential influx of units that he's hoping for. There's that Oracle flying on through. Did he get any kills? Looks like he actually got 6 kills, man. That's actually really big. 10 more drones in production, plus 1 carapace underway for Dimaga. I think right now he's at a point where he can probably bring down the queen and get some lings over here to actually break out of that position. Now that is kind of one of the scary things because you are tempted to take a natural. Oracle gonna live. It does. Gets a small little pick off right there as well, but. That is a temptation to be able to clear out the cannon, clear out the pylon, and then take a really quick fourth hatchery, in which in concept sounds very, very nice, because, well, you get a free, basically safe fourth hatch right here at this location, but the problem is if you're not aware of what your Protoss opponent is doing, it does open up a normal almost timing, even a 3-base timing, those 12, 13 minute heavier, I guess you want to call it blink stalker, you know, kind of gateway type of pushes. Once in a while, I don't know, it really varies on composition. Some of them I see a couple of mortals with, other times I see just heavy blink stalker for sentry plays. It just really depends on the playstyle and the favoritism of the players. So Void Ray though getting produced as well, so it looks like we're going to see a little bit of a Sky Protoss army coming out from Harstem. He's got 3 additional gates, of course, part of the wall off, and of course he can just continue walling off with the gateways right here if he wants to. I'm not sure how he wants to finish up this wall off. For now, it's still pretty safe, though. So Dimaga finally does end up clearing that cannon up here at the north side at his natural location. Pylon cannon drops the 4th hatch. Now, this is a scenario where if, in fact, Harstem doesn't take advantage or tries to put out maybe some sort of timing of any sort, I would be a little bit worried about him because a free 4th hatch for a Zerg as well is kind of not something you want to let him get away with. +2 Void Rays still continually getting produced, more sentries getting added on. So worst comes worst, you know, it's going to be very hard to reach Harstem, I will admit. It's going to be really hard to reach the guy. He's going to have a lot of sentries with a lot of energy, so I'm just interested to see what his follow-up is going to be. He's got +2, he's got Blink, so I'm assuming we're at least going to see Stalkers. So not to be the bearer of obvious news, but this is a very interesting composition that he's going to be rolling with for a little while. Hallucinated Phoenix coming on through, checking out, spots the 4th hatchery right here at the natural location. We do have +2 carapace, still no plus attack just yet for our Zerg player, but at the same time no armor upgrade for our Toss either. Void Rays clearing out the Overlord down on the bottom side of the map. We do have pylons as well, building actually up a little bit of a nice wall in the sense of, or at least a little bit of a scout. Harstem's got pretty good control, at least of his side of the map right now. He's still trying to clear the watchtower as well. The thing for Dimaga is he's got a lot of forces right now already out on the map. He's got a lot of Ling Roach. So we'll see what he's going to be able to get done with those. I don't know if he's got a Hydralisk Den behind all of this, and as soon as he sees the Void Ray, he probably should. Now, due to the fact that he had so many damn sentries walling off and preventing any of these units from leaking in is going to be very, very easy to pull off. So right now Dimaga, even though he is producing 26 lings, he does need to think about potentially already playing a little bit of a different tech style. The Void Rays are going to kind of push back and make this a little bit of an uncomfortable engagement. Harstem doing a wonderful job. And this is what I like about Protoss players that actually utilize the Oracle. That was really nice because now he drops that Envision spell on him. And he keeps track of some of the units that are coming over here on this side of the map. And here we go. Here comes the first initial fight. And Photon Overcharge activated. How much damage can Dimaga get done? Meanwhile, over here on the left side of the map, still continual walling off going on. And it looks like the Roaches are doing a little bit more than I actually anticipated. The cannon's going to go down. Is actually Dimaga going to be able to flood over Harstem's units and more force fields getting thrown out? That Immortal is going to be left for dead. and the Photon Overcharge definitely helping out. Wow, if he actually clears this out, this is going to be very, very impressive. Dimaga right now in production, 13 additional roaches, trying to get on through. And man, the only reason is because of these damn Void Rays, man. That is just insane. They've been sitting around. What is their kill count right now? 8, 6? That's still pretty damn big, because usually those are the units that they're taking out the roaches. They're not really too worried about the lings. And Harstem manages to hold. I don't even want to say manage, just had great position. After he got pushed back, just goes into natural, continues utilizing the choked up area. Very smart as a Protoss player. Now, Dimaga does have another follow-up of units. It looks like another heavy set of Ling Roach, but at the same time, this is one of those scenarios. I don't know, does he want to commit very heavily to this continually? Because he's going to bleed out in resources and gas. He's not going to allow himself to realistically tech up at a very quick pace with the current composition that he currently has in his current plan. So he is flooding down to the bottom right once again, but sentries do have energy on him once again. The Void Rays are still alive, and there's 3 Void Rays this time around, by the way. Plus 3 upgrades underway. We have another Immortal in production. Robotics Bay just about done. And this is fine, you know, if Harstem sits on 3 base, this is fine. As long as Dimaga does not saturate, he's going to be just fine now. Uh-oh. We do have Harstem kind of walking out right now at the moment. He's going to really have to make sure he blinks those stalkers really well, losing some of those ones at the bottom right side of the map. 2 mortals will definitely, of course, help push this back. Those plus 2 mortals deal out so much damage. But really the best part about this is the Void Rays bodying up everything else and just able to kill everything off. Blink Stalkers coming on forward, trying to pick off a couple units. No Observer with the army, so he's not able to clear creep, so he is going to fight on creep. Oh no, he does have one. Oh, he uses, I was about to say, I'm like, he's clearing creep. I'm like, he's got, of course, the Oracle with him. What am I talking about? Alright, well, big engagement happening. Good concave right now coming out from Dimaga, but the problem is there is a little bit too much Protoss might right now. The Immortals are staying alive. Dimaga now focus firing down the Immortal. There we go. One goes down, and with the Ling's reinforcements, he recalls, but manages to only grab a chunk of the units, loses and leaves some behind. This is actually not... I was a little bit worried there for Harstem. Meanwhile, over at the top left side of the map, we do have a little bit of a Zealot run by. We'll get cleared out pretty quickly. Good reactions from Dimaga. I'm actually surprised right now there's no forward pylons up for Harstem. This would be a really good opportunity for him to put something up like that. Now Harstem is reacting properly right here to the composition that he's seeing. He realizes, well, there is a huge influx of units consistently. He isn't going to be going teching up into Vipers. He's not going to have something very crazy very soon. So my best option, get the Colossus out, get the range, get the +3, get the AoE, because the AoE is going to really help me out right now. With the Lings, with the Hydras, with the Roaches, I really need to make sure that I have that composition out and properly ready to fight against this. The AoE is going to help him out a lot. If he doesn't have Storms, he at least needs the Colossus, and there we go. That first splash of the Colossus fire is going to back off Harstem for the time, actually Dimaga for the time being. He's going to continue trying to fight this. I'm a little worried. Now Harstem over here at the bottom right side of the map, taking the 4th base. We do have some forces over here trying to fight this out. Oh, gotta be careful not to get caught. Some Lings will get picked off, but not everything. Meanwhile, Dimaga over here on the left side trying to come into 3rd base, trying to flank his opponent. Will he have enough time to break through on him? He's actually got a pretty nice concave, but all the units on the right side of the map are getting taken out now. The focus is going to be going on the units on the left side. The Hydras are kind of by themselves, though, and that's what I'm worried about. The light units are not going to deal well with the Colossus. Everything's starting to fall for Dimaga right now. Once again, to the right side of the map, we do have some more forces, but man, we are talking about trading a lot of army value for not a lot of Protoss forces, not a lot of Protoss workers. Harstem +3. Harstem looking really good. 4th base, of course, not giving any notice. He's going to have that up as well. Still no saturation at the natural, and man, am I worried about Dimaga right now. I'm talking deep, deep worry. He's not only is he's going to need to find himself a really nice engagement. I'm talking perfect flank, but I feel like this army alone is not going to be able to deal with this composition. This is actually way too much Protoss right now. We take a look and see. As he's warping into more sentries, he's going to be able to force field wall them off for the most part, or force them to, you know, path around, and just pathing around is going to give a lot of time for these 3 Colossus to work their magic. Like, the only thing that could be worse right now for Dimaga is if some Templars were added and Storms were underway as well, so... Well, Dimaga's trying to position himself for once again another attack over here, but there we go. Finally saturating up his natural just due to the fact that he's mining out of his main. So I don't know if Dimaga's thinking that he can maybe somehow finesse his opponent down, but right now the Templars are eventually getting added in now. And, oh man, he's just going to try to fight this out. Force fields are going to prevent a lot of these units from actually coming on in here. Colossus shifting on through, walking out of danger. Everything on the right side gets cleared out, so everything on the left side is just left right now. And man, just so much carnage, so much Zerg unit death, and there we go. The GG coming out from Dimaga, GG coming out from Harstem. And Harstem takes the first series 2-0. He'll be moving on to the quarterfinal. And that's how